Shabbat Shalom and welcome to this week's 3, 2, 1. That's three comments on the Parsha in 2 minutes with one insight. In our Parsha this week, we get the seemingly obvious truth that the known actions are our responsibility to find justice, to find purpose and meaning in, and the secret, the things that happen behind the scenes, are God's job. God will take care of them. The first comment is that while this sounds obvious, how would we take care of the secret, is this actually, the rabbis tell us, creates a total blanket. There are no missing moments. There's no dark spots in the challenge of making this world more perfect. When we have the ability, it is our job to engage and be present. And when we don't, that is exactly when God steps in and is present. The second, slightly deeper, under the surface thing is an interesting challenge to each of us, which is to say, how far can we stretch the known actions? How far can we push ourselves to be the actors in this world without giving up space to someone else, to some other, to God to solve? How much can we take on ourselves? And the third comment is particularly interesting, which is the line between one and the next is actually not at all so clear. When is something a secret thing and when is something a known thing? When is an action, a belief, a challenge, something that is out in the world, and when is it known? Originally, and Saturday night we have our Slichot services at 9 p.m. I hope you'll join us. Originally, these services were at midnight, and the Kabbalists understood that midnight was a rupturous time, that the space between this world and the next was thin. And perhaps our prayers, our souls could travel back and forth, and there was a possibility for greater connection with the divine creator of all. So that is why we started with these slichot, the apologies, the beginning of saying, I wish we could do better. And it is the intersection of these things that we keep hidden in ourselves but somehow manifest in our life, or the things that are out in the world but we draw into ourselves. That's what this moment is trying to demand of us, that we find the divinity in those spaces. So this week, this Shabbat, I challenge us to remember that there are no dark spots. We are watched at all times, that we can push the amount that we can do in the world. We can grow our side of the responsibility list. And finally, that in-between space where there is really the possibility of human and divine interaction is so special, and it begins by saying, I'm sorry. Shabbat Shalom.